Steve, it was a tight game, not a lot of chances throughout at either end. What's your thoughts when you reflect on your team's performance?
Lost the game in the first half probably. Weren't sharp enough today, which is understanding considering the week we've had to the week they've had. They've had a complete week. We've not had hardly any time from a Wednesday night game to turn this one around, and we lost the game on sharpness today. Because at the end of the day, you know, in the second half, we haven't done enough to win it, but we definitely didn't deserve to get beat. Definitely didn't deserve to get beat.
What about the goal today?
What about it?
How did you see it?
Well, I'm not going to go through you with a goal, because all of a sudden what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell other players then, Stu, what they haven't done. You know, everybody can see it. I'm not going to, you know, go through any player here today because we haven't passed the ball that we should have passed it in first place, and then we pass it afterwards. So I'm not going to go through that and blame individuals. That's not my scene. You know that.
Sure. You had chances, some near misses at times.
Just weren't sharp enough today. Weren't sharp enough. Lost the game on sharpness. Nothing else. I'll bet you today we've outrun them. I'll bet you today we've had more possession than them. I'm trying to think they've only had a couple of efforts on target, but we've probably only had one. And that's the difference. We lost the game on sharpness today. We weren't sharp. And that's what happens when you play 3 games in a week. We've been the victim of Oxford having to change a game to put our game back, and then we don't get any time to prepare against a team that's just come down from the Championship, got a squad and probably a budget twice the size of ours, and we got to take them on. And I think we did that. We've done it as manfully as they could have done today.
And you turn to the bench, 4 changes in the second half, including a Football League debut for young Josh Bailey, who did so well, of course, in the EFL Trophy games earlier in the season.
Yeah, he did. Just Jordan was tired. You know, he's the one this week that's had to go 3 games back to back as a wing back that he wouldn't have had to do if George would have been available. And the same with this side of the pitch. You know, at least I was going to say before the game we'd have had, you know, more options in the right wing back, but injuries to Julian Da Costa, Elliot Bennett. We've only got Raquel Pike there now, and we haven't deserved to be beat today. We definitely haven't deserved to be beat.
Yeah, you mentioned ahead of the game about Elliot Bennett requiring a scan. What's he done exactly? What's the problem with Elliot?
It's damage to his soleus on his other leg, not his ankle. The one that he jumped over the far side with early in the game and went for a header over there against Oxford, and then went down. And the injury has probably come from there. He played on probably longer than he perhaps should have done, or we thought he could have done. But that won't impact whatever the injury is and the length of time, whatever it is, before we can get him back.
How tough is this whole situation with the injuries? You're having no luck at all with injuries this season.
I don't know how to change that, Stu. I don't know how to change that. You know, we've had probably 5 players sat in the stand today that could easily be in the starting lineup. I don't know how you change that. We've needed to have a squad here with more quality. And like I said, you know, you're trying to do what you're trying to do with what we have available to us. That's where we are. And I think we've done exceptionally well. I think the players have done incredibly well to keep going game after game, week after week, week after week. But what we can do is we can get rid of all the players we've got now and get lesser players in and double the squad if you want. And then what we do, we have no continuity because you'll be changing the right back, the left back, the centre forward every week. So, you know, we don't want midweek internationals. We want our boys to be able to play games every week, and they do that. You know, this team here have just been relegated, and them teams that get relegated are always incredibly strong in this division. That's without chucking in the likes of Sheffield Wednesday and Portsmouth, etc., who've been down here for a little while. So, you know, I thought our boys just weren't sharp today, and I understand it why they weren't. And it's a hard half-time team talk when I have to whip them a bit more, because it's really, really difficult for me to whip honest boys. And unfortunately, that's what I had to do a little bit to get a reaction out of them, to come out there and put on that second half performance that they put on. Because we were miles better team in the second half. In fact, I actually think we were marginally the better team in the first half.
Thanks for your time, Steve.
Thank you.